In this video, we'll make a Notepad app with a Spellchecker that includes undo and redo capabilities as well as a clipboard, find and replace, and some additional bonus features towards the end of the video. Hey guys, and welcome to Zool Coding. To save time, I've gone ahead and set up some of the UI controls we'll need to make our Notepad app, and I'll talk you through those in just a moment. All the code in this video is available from the link in the description down below. I'll be writing this in C#, but there's a VB.NET translation available from the link as well. Let's get the application set up with the ability to open and save text files. We've got our main text box here, and I've set both accepts return and accepts tab to true, so that the user can enter new line and tab characters respectively. And above the text box are some buttons that we'll be using shortly, each with a click event handler attached. In the code behind, I've set up an open file dialog to let the user choose the text file they want to open, and a save file dialog so they can save the contents of the text box to a file. In the click event handler for the open button, we'll start by showing the open file dialog, and if the user clicks OK, we'll use file.readAllText with the file name the user chose, making sure to wrap this in a try-catch block in case an error occurs. And we'll do a similar sort of thing for the save button, showing the save file dialog, calling file.writeAllText, optionally specifying the character encoding on the end, and then showing a message box if the file was saved successfully. Let's run the application and see if it works. I'll write some text in here and hit save. Now if I clear the text box and open the file I just saved, that all works as intended. Now let's look at undo redo and the clipboard. Undo and redo capabilities are built into this text box element, so we don't need to do much at all. The user can always use the shortcuts Ctrl-Z to undo and Ctrl-Y to redo, but if you want to disable this, just set undo limit to 0 here. In the click event handler for the undo button, we can just call undo like so. Let's take it one step further and see if the user can undo another action afterwards, and if they can't, we'll disable the button. And then it's a similar thing again for the redo functionality. And I'm also going to make sure that when the text is changed, we enable or disable the undo and redo buttons with the help of this text changed event handler. The clipboard functionality is also built in, so all we need to do here is call the functions cut, copy and paste. And the user is also able to use the custom shortcuts Ctrl-X, Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V. Let's test it out. I've added in some text, and if I use the clipboard buttons, that works as expected. I can also undo those actions and redo them again. The next step is the ability to find and replace text. I've now added in a new find and replace menu that contains text boxes for the text to find and the text to replace it with, along with the relevant buttons and checkboxes to match the case and match whole words. In the code behind, when the user clicks on the toggle button in the top menu, we'll simply show or hide the new find and replace menu. Now unfortunately there's no built-in functionality to find and replace text in the text box, so we'll have to create it ourselves. Let's start with some helper functions. I'll create a new getSearchOptions function that will return the regex pattern and options that we'll use to find the next query in the text box. The regex options are simply going to be set to ignore case if the match case checkbox isn't ticked, and the regex pattern will look for a word boundary character before and after the query if the whole word checkbox is ticked. This word boundary character could be a space, new line, etc. In the new find or replace function, we'll perform the main bulk of the operation that finds the next occurrence, and if replace is set to true, we'll replace the text we found as well. We'll first want to show a message box if the find text box is empty. We now want to prevent the search index from going out of bounds and create a substring starting from the current search position to the end of the text box contents, and then we'll call our helper function above. We can then use regex.match to find the next occurrence using the portion of text we've selected. If the match is a success, we'll get the actual position of the match in the full text. Then we'll replace that occurrence if replace is true, like so. And we can set the text or replacement in the UI. Updating the search index so we can continue where we left off. If no match was found in the remaining text, we'll instead search again from the beginning of the text, performing the same replacement and selecting of text as before. Making sure to show a message box if there are no occurrences left. Next, in the click event handler for the find button, we'll simply call find or replace, and then for the replace button we'll do the same with the parameters set to true. For the replace all button event handler, we'll need to do something slightly different. We'll still check the find text box has some text in it and get our search options from earlier, but this time we'll call regex.replace and get the replacement count. Making sure to update the text box and show a message box again. Let's test it out. I've opened the sample file here and I'm going to search for heading with a lowercase h. And this works as intended, and if I select match case, it doesn't. While selecting whole word with, let's say, head doesn't work either because it needs to match the entire word. Let's try replacing the text using the two replace buttons. Now we've done all that, let's add in a spell checker with some other bonus features. First of all, the spell checker is another easy feature to add. In the spell checker button, click event handler. We can simply toggle the is enabled property of the text box spell checker. And if I test this out with a spelling error, the text is underlined and I can right click on it to see some suggestions. Now we'll let the user insert the current date and time with a simple button click. We can get the current date and time in any format we like using this notation. And then we can set the selected text to be the date and time using the selected text property. Let's test it out and see if it works. And there we are, the date and time were inserted correctly. We'll now let the user change the font family and font size of the text box using this menu panel I just added. Let's fill these drop-down menus with the list of fonts on the user's system and a preset range of font sizes, bearing in mind that the user can still type in both these fields. To get the list of fonts, we'll need to install a plugin by going to Tools in Visual Studio, NuGet Package Manager, and then Manage NuGet Packages for solution, making sure the system.drawn.common package is installed. Then in the code behind, we'll add this import. And when the app starts, we'll use the installed font collection class to get the list of font families, casting these to a list of strings. We'll then select the current text box font, and then I'm just going to apply a preset range of font sizes here. Down below we'll toggle the visibility of the font menu. And then when the user clicks on the Update Font button, we'll apply the chosen font family and size in a try-catch block, making sure the font size is a positive number greater than 1. Before we test it out, I'm also going to add in this status bar here. That will show the current line and character number, and total characters and words. In the new Update Status Bar function, we can get the current position of the cursor or caret like so, along with the character count, and then we'll count how many characters and lines come before that. We can get the last occurrence of a new line to essentially get the current line, and then count the number of characters in that piece of text. Then we'll get the number of words by trimming the text of any white space on the start and end, and using this regex to count each continuous bit of white space. Not forgetting to call this function when the user changes the text or selection. As you can see, the status bar updates as I change the text, and I can also change the font like so. If you're looking for an example Notepad app, I created one that's part of a suite of desktop and Android apps that are all open source, and I've also made a language insight boot of 11T that's 100% free. Check them both out in the description down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to keep up to date with the latest from Azul Coding. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.